movability. I've worked all this. This is problem 3. So let's try this since this was not my plan, but we can make this work. This was our original problem with the given initial condition. So remember, our plan is to separate, integrate, and isolate. In this problem, instead of having y, we have our x is what we're used to thinking of as our y. So the initial problem is written down. I've rewritten the e to the negative t as e to the t in the denominator. Separating the variables, now I can see that all I have to do to get the e to the t and the dt to the right side of the equation is multiply by e to the t dt. Variables are separated. After we separate, then we're going to integrate right here. Simple integrations here, adding in our constant of integration, our c value. Once you have the c value, you're going to use the initial condition given to us, plugging those values in. T equals, this step right here seems redundant where you separate t equals 0 and x equals 1, but it's worth the 5 seconds it takes to make sure you're putting the numbers in the right spot. So I'm putting 1 in for my x value, 0 in for my t. My equation becomes 1 squared over 2 equals e to the 0 plus 1. Anything to the 0 power we know is 1. Keep working with it. Solve for c, we get a negative 1/2, so we go back to our original that had the c in it right back, oops, pencil, right back here. We put in our c value, oops, this one, which gives us the equation right here, x squared over 2 equals e to the t minus 1/2. That's our second step. Now we want to isolate the variable. In this case, we're used to thinking of it as y, but this case is going to be the x. So I can isolate it, square rooting. Now most of us got to this step where we square rooted okay, but on the quiz, when they gave us the initial condition that when t is 0, x is 1, pencil right here, that's a positive value. So we're going to work on the piece of this graph that has a positive x value, which means when we had this plus or minus from our square root over here, we can ignore the minus and just keep the positive version, oops, which gave us answer B. So hopefully that helps. I can get it right here. Oops. Zoom. I can stop my broadcast.